Close your ears. Shut your lips tight. Close your eyes. Attention! A big hooligan sits at the mouth of the lane. He owns 12 illegal breweries. There will be murder. Attention! Bow down. Shut your eyes. Close your ears. The title of this poem is Hail the Poem, and the famous poet who is warning us to be careful in this poem is Mangesh Padgaonkar. And the reason for this warning are the circumstances described here. The leaders have arrived. Salute, hail them, felicitate. Leaders have bottoms. Bottoms rest on chairs. Chairs are based on power. Power is based on ruffians. Ruffians reign over the police. Police control, beware. First, shut your lips tight. Attention. Bow down. Shut your eyes. Close your ears. This poem is from the poetry collection titled Salam or Salute. Today, in the 53rd episode of Granth Yatra, we are going to discuss this collection of poetry by Padgaonkar. Welcome to all the viewers. Mangesh Padgaonkar was born in Konkan at Vengurla in 1929. After completing his masters in Marathi and Sanskrit from Mumbai University, he worked as a professor and as an editor in different organizations, and later as a producer at the All India Radio. In addition to Marathi, he was also fluent in Hindi and English languages. He translated several well-known books from these languages into Marathi. These include the poetry of Mirabai, Kabir and Tulsidas, the Bible, the 2 volumes of Mahabharat by Kamla Subramaniam, and Shakespeare's plays The Tempest, Julius Caesar and Romeo and Juliet. Similar to B.B. Borkar, Padgaonkar's poetry was also influenced by the enchanting natural beauty of Konkan. He finds a life force in this nature. Several of his nature-based lyrics were turned into memorable songs. या जन्मावर या जगण्यावर शतदा प्रेम करावे, शुक्रतारा मंदवारा, श्रावणात घननिळा बरसला, to name just a few. His poetry identified with the aspirations of the middle class and was full of emotions. He published several collections of his poetry such as Gypsy, Girl, Celebration, Jester and Wandering Birds. The political scene in India changed drastically in the latter half of 1970s. The emergency was declared in India. Right to liberty and right to free speech and expression were curtailed. Despite these circumstances, some writers continued to criticize these moves. P.L. Deshpande, who defended the artist's right of expression, became the chairman of the annual literary summit. The outgoing chairman, Durga Bhagwat, openly opposed political leaders from the summit platform. Padgaonkar's book Salute was published on this background in 1978. Through these poems, Padgaonkar effectively expressed the exploitation of common man by those in power, the humiliation of those in the field of art and literature, the arrogance of a class of society, and the helplessness of the middle class. His poem Salute successfully captures this helplessness. Salute to every threatening eye. Salute to stone smeared in saffron. Salute to temples built with hundreds and thousands of rupees. Salute to the terror of gods in temples. Salute to agents of gods and faith. Salute to miracle man producing ash from an empty palm. Salute to the bigger sage producing ring from thin air. Salute to Saturn, salute to Mars, salute to every agent of fear. Salute to the father who terrorized mother all his life. Salute to the boss of that father. Salute to the big boss who terrorized that boss. Salute brothers and sisters. Salute to everyone. Exposing the pitiable state of cultural organizations, Padgaonkar writes, "This one is successful, that one is successful, advertiser is successful, one who terrorizes is successful, one who resists is successful, and then the political leaders in power will pick these successful necks with their fingers and establish them on chairs of cultural committees that have decorative, soft pillows of remunerations. And they will inaugurate their events. We shall be back in power after next elections. The rage against the collapse of moral values and against those in power who are ever ready to sacrifice innocent common people for personal gain simmers through every line in this collection. In the poem Answer, Padgaonkar writes, "When the main streets are flooded with shrewd foxes and the temples of values collapse one after the other, powerful editors of yellow journals sell tangy, spicy stories from every square. You ask, why do my words twist with animosity? Why do they turn hostile?" Watching the social disparity and the rich people whose lives are shorn of values desperately following fake gurus, he writes, "I have seen saints of glass stuffed with souls of straw, wholesale agents of sleeping word pills lecturing in their silken robes." Padgaonkar used the powerful tools of satire and sarcasm in his poetry to protest against the contemporary social reality. Castigating the tendency to weigh art and beauty on the scale of loss and gain and opportunism, he writes in his poem Her Comprehension of the Master Singer, "Did you hear Kumar is performing at a concert tomorrow? They say he will be singing classical folk, and the accompanying commentary by the well-known writer will be complimentary in the same ticket. The entire family of Palghare is sure to attend. Let's try to find a match for sushi there. We are as discerning as them, we must assert, even if we have to spend our time and on the fare." This rebellious poetry that criticized the social structure was very different from Padgaonkar's previous poetry. Its satire also distinguished it from other contemporary poetry. Padgaonkar effectively expressed his anger at the leaders who exploited the common people for their political gains through his satirical poetry. In his poem titled Hypnotists, he compares those in power to a hypnotist who cons the masses. Hypnotists ordered us to practice collective hatred. We forcefully grinded our teeth of mass hatred. Then the hypnotists folded us like paper and dropped us into boxes they held in hands, like votes cast. Bravo, bravo, we clapped with gusto. Well aware that the only legacy we have left for future generations is poverty, exploitation, and injustice, Padgaonkar's words burst into flames. What nation can these street urchins call their own? Which flag will provide them shelter? Which is their Puran, their Quran, their Dhammapad? Which horizon will give rise to a dawn for them? In his poem For You, he writes, "We have placed the burden of darkness on your shoulders. It too belongs to you, just like your shoulders. We have left you a legacy of broken humans, of withered aspirations, of rotting slums, of burning hatred, of lust for power, of roaring hunger." The collection Salute received the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1980. In his acceptance speech at the award ceremony, Padgaonkar said that he values the urge for independence as much as he values the urge for creation. To protect this urge for independence, to fearlessly raise his voice against any bullying faced by this urge, is the inspiration behind the poems in this collection. True to his words, Padgaonkar fearlessly and explicitly depicted the stark reality around him in his poems. The victorious will turn defiant, the losers will turn obstinate. The bones of rickety children will begin to snuff. Those who sow empty shells and look out for destruction, what will they reap from the farm of the graveyard? But even under these circumstances, Padgaonkar's words attain a sharp edge when protecting the desire for independence. Addressing the coward society who lives with blindfolds on their eyes, Padgaonkar writes in his poems titled Sheep, "O sheep, you are the capital. O sheep, you are the prophet. Because my lambs, you are all sheep. When he can no longer bear the scorching reality, he writes, I stormed through the forest of headlines in search for meaning of man's dark pain with doused eyes. The faceless language of people killed and cast away tries a fresh start to construct the inevitable history. I talk to my mind despite my fear. When Padgaonkar is witness to the exploitation and oppression of the common man by the powerful for their selfish gains, and he notices that the common masses are unaware of this clever ploy, he registers strong condemnation against this exploitation through several poems. In his poem Hens, he writes about the power-hungry people who push the common man into the trenches of hatred in the name of religion. I heard the hens domesticated by the unions of the powerful in the hen coops of religion, creating a ruckus of prayers with faith, and I felt the aroma of their future roast. And then his poetry gets impatient. He questions the society. The one who sweats to grow orchards of nectar, when would a lamp light up his shed? Nothing but torture in the fate of the untouchable. When will you burn down the blind faith? But he is aware that this fight is against very powerful forces. They can't tolerate a simple word of opposition. They are killers, these great protectors of culture. They are death of the sheep, generals of cowards. Their wrists turn to dung when faced with truth. But even under these adverse circumstances, Padgaonkar does not despair. He is convinced that there will be retaliation against this injustice and the circumstances would change. His hope surges in the poem Hands Will Emerge. Hands will emerge, do not know how, but they will emerge. From the tired rows of broken people, from the well where a hungry mother committed suicide with her hungry children, from the rickety children picking up rotting food from the dustbin, from the dejected dignity violated during famine, hands will emerge. Do not know how, but they will emerge. To tell us more about the poems in the collection Salute, we have with us today Professor Sunanda Tsarade.
एक सौंदर्यजीवी भावजीवी असणारं मंगेश केशव पाडगावकर यांचं कविमन समाज आणि राजकारण या चक्रव्यूहात अडकलेल्या सामान्य माणसाच्या वेदनेनं विकल झालं आणि त्यातून त्यांची सलाम कविता संग्रहातील कविता साकारली. ज्याच्या हातात वृत्तपत्र त्याला सलाम, भाषणांचे सभांचे फोटो सकट रिपोर्ट छापतो त्याला सलाम, वृत्तपत्राच्या मालकाला सलाम, त्याची व्यसन धरणाऱ्या राज्यकर्त्यांना सलाम, ज्याच्यासमोर मायक्रोफोन त्याला सलाम, त्यातून न थांबता बोलतो त्याला सलाम, लाखोच्या गर्दीला सलाम, भाई और बहनों सबको सलाम. अशा प्रकारे सत्यकालीन व्यवस्थेचा वेध घेणारी एक उपहासात्मक कविता पाडगावकर देतात. तेव्हा त्यांना वर्तमानपत्राचे संपादक, त्यांना व्यसन घालणारे राज्यकर्ते, मायक्रोफोनवर न थांबता बोलणारे यांची दक्षिण चीड आहे. एकंदरीत माणूस स्वतंत्र असूनही स्वतंत्र नाही हे पाडगावकरांचे दुःख सलाम कवितेतून व्यक्त होते. पाडगावकरांच्या सलाम, गिधाडे, प्रश्नोपनिषद, सूर्ययात्रा, मी अर्थ शोधतो तर यासारख्या कवितांमधून शोषक आणि शोषितांच्या वर्गाचे दर्शन निर्भीडपणे घडवणारा कवी भेटतो. तर त्यांच्या पोपट, एक जिंदाबाद कविता, तुम्ही, मैफल, उंदीर या कवितांमधून आपल्याला सर्वसामान्य माणसाच्या सुप्त शक्तीला डिवचणारा कवी भेटतो. तो कवी बुडाला पण दुसऱ्या दिवशीच्या वृत्तपत्रात आला नाही शोकाच्या चार ओळी, कुणीही ढाळले नाही अश्रू त्याच्या थडग्यावर. अशा प्रकारचा व्यक्तिशोध आणि शोक उंदीर कवितेमधून कवी घेतात. तर संस्कृतीमधून देवा माझ्या आत्म्याला क्षमा कर, माझ्यात हिंमत नाही नागडे हिंडण्याची, अशा प्रकारे कवी व्यक्त होतात. प्रस्तुत सलाम काव्यसंग्रहातील कवीची धडपड ही माणसाच्या अस्तित्वासाठी आहे, माणसाने माणूस म्हणून जगण्यासाठी आहे. म्हणूनच समाज जीवनातील ही कुरूपता पाहून सुंदरतेवर भाष्य करणारे पाडगावकर आपल्याला उपरोधाच्या भाषेत बोलताना दिसतात. टरफले पेरणारे, विध्वंस हेरणारे स्मशानाच्या शेतातून कोणते पीक काढतील असा प्रश्न पॉलिटिक्स कवितेमधून कवी मनात निर्माण होतो. जीवनातील विभत्स कुरूपता पाहून कवी वैतागतात, चिडतात. त्यांच्या सभोवतीचं मुरताड अचेतन जीवन पाहून कवी समाजातील अन्याय अत्याचाराशी दोन हात करायला उभे राहतात. खरं तर त्यांचा हा सलाम अन्यायी प्रवृत्तीच्या विरोधात पेटून उठण्यासाठी आहे. देव आणि साहेब कवितेतून निर्माण होणारी भयग्रस्तता, यातील खंत सलाममध्ये व्यक्त होते. कवीला एकाच वेळेला स्वतःची आणि सभोवतालची अगतिकता अस्वस्थ करीत राहते, कारण त्यांनी माणूस पाहिलाय नव्या नजरेने. माणसं पाहिली, माणसांना वापरणारी, वापरून फेकणारी, पुन्हा नव्या शिडा शोधणारी, अशा प्रकारचं वास्तव त्यांना तुमच्या दैवतांचे कवितेतून गवसतं. दिवसेंदिवस वाढणाऱ्या हिंसक प्रवृत्तीला कवी सलाम करताना तुमच्यासाठी कवितेतून कवी म्हणतात, माणसाहून मोठे काहीच नाही हे ज्यांना कळते त्यांच्यासाठीच फुले उमलतात, त्यांच्यासाठीच सूर्य उगवतो. पाडगावकर समाजातील शोषक प्रवृत्तींना उंदीर, झुरळ, ढेकून, जळू अशा प्रतिमात बघतात. देशाची उदात्त मंगल परंपरा कोसळत आहे ही जाणीव कवीला अस्वस्थ करते. त्यांच्या पुरुषसिंह, गिधाडे, माझ्या मेंढ्यांनो, साक्षी यासारख्या कवितांमधून पराकोटीचा उपहास आणि उपरोध व्यक्त होतो. कावळाही वचकून शिटायचा थांबतो असे म्हणून पाडगावकर पुरुषसिंहाची दहशत वर्णन करतात, तर गांधी जयंती कवितेमधून तुमच्या जन्मात एक युक्तीचा जन्म होता एक आत्मायुगाला आकार देणारा असे म्हणत महापुरुषांपुढे नतमस्तक होतात. इथे कवी सर्वसामान्य जीवन आणि असामान्य जीवनाचा शोध घेताना दिसतात. त्यांच्या हात उगवतील, बांधिलकी, सूर्ययात्रा या कविता आशावादी मनोवृत्तीचे दर्शन घडवतात. सुरुवातीला सलाम करून विभत्स ओंगळवाण्या शब्दात डिवचणारा कवी शेवटी आपल्याला चैतन्याची पूजा करणारा प्रकाशाचा पूजक होताना दिसतो. तेव्हा सूर्ययात्रा या कवितेतून कवी व्यक्त होतात, डोळ्यात नवा सूर्य दिसेल, छातीत नवा दिवस असेल, वळचणीत उबलेला पक्षी एकदा तीर्थकर आकाशात उडू दे, अशी प्रार्थना कवीचं श्रद्धा उमण करताना दिसते. अशा स्वरूपाच्या या कवितेला, पाडगावकरांच्या कवितेला सलाम.
Do read Padgaokar's poetry in the collection Salute, that creates an awareness about the surrounding reality, that provides strength to oppose injustice, and that frankly depicts the reality. In the next episode of Granthayatra, we shall meet a writer who gave a new dimension to Marathi short story. Until then, keep reading.